Well, we're a little bit late today, but we're here. Welcome to the Three Grandmas Yapping About Movies. We've got another show for you. This one is basically a random pick that I made for this, just out of pure curiosity. I was perusing my list of films that I wanted to watch. Like, I have a little list in my notes app, and I had a few choices on there. I was considering Sleeping Beauty, which is a film starring Emily Browning, and there were a few others as well, but this one stood out to me. I've wanted to watch this film for a long time. Basically, on any list that if you ever look up movies that are like visually dazzling, if you want to be wowed by the visuals, this movie will always show up on every single list unless they haven't seen it. And this is 1977's House, directed by, you need to get this right, directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi. How was that? I feel like I nailed that.
His name is Teriyaki Kobayashi. His friends call him Terry.
Well, that's no good. We can't be doing that, Prag. That's I feel like you're going to be recommended by the Japanese authorities.
By whom? Nobody watches this show. Don't worry about it.
We are doing a Yapping About Movies, so we're talking about this. I want to know if you guys had heard of this movie, had seen this movie before, or anything. What's your relationship to House, Prag? Or time?
My relationship? I don't have a relationship. I've heard of the movie, but never really knew much about it. So I went in very blind, which I enjoy.
Time?
This is all new to me. I don't think I've ever seen the poster. I don't think I've never heard of the movie. So yeah, this is completely just a fresh take for me.
I'd seen this movie just on lists all the time. And I'd seen screenshots from it. I don't think I'd seen these ones, but I think specifically the one I saw was the main girl, gorgeous, over the blue background with all the faces in the background. I think that's the still I always saw and was holy shit, what is this movie?
Kung Fu. It's actually Kung Fu.
Is it Kung Fu? Sorry. Well, Kung Fu then.
That's crazy.
Apologies.
That's worse than my teriyaki joke.
I thought it was gorgeous. Anyway,
Kung Fu.
Teriyaki. No, Kung Fu.
Terry Kobayashi is what they call him. His friends call him Terry Kobayashi. He has a chicken restaurant in Tokyo, too. He has a chain of chicken restaurants, too, called Teriyaki Kobayashi's Broasters. And you can go ahead and roast your bros there. Of course, I always get takeout from there. I have it shipped. It takes about 4 days to ship. And I have to reheat it, but it's worth it because they have the best sauces in the game.
Sounds good. And he directed this movie from 1977, and he's still kicking. Yes. Obviously, none of that's true, but this came out in 1977, same year as Star Wars, same year as Suspiria, which is crazy. You watch this movie, and obviously back then they didn't have computers, right? Well, they had computers, but they didn't have the digital wizardry. They didn't have Premiere Pro. They didn't have Photoshop. They had blue screens, but they had to do it in camera. They had to do everything in camera or layer over the films and everything. So it's not the same process that we have today. But this movie uses it all to spectacular fashion, I'd say. Would you guys agree with that?
It's definitely innovative, and the thing I really appreciate about this movie the most is its originality, and only one human could have directed this movie. You know what I'm saying? No studio corporate executive could get together and make this one. And so, and I just love the passion. And there's a lot of really cool and innovative artisanal things in here that I really fucked with. So yeah, I do like that. But now spectacular as far as oh my God, I thought that the piano was really eating the girl. No, that's not the spectacular we're talking about. But it's spectacular kitsch.
Yeah.
It's kitschy, it's warm, it's comfy, it's cozy, it's not pretentious. It's a psychedelic horror movie, but not real. It's kind of like a fairy tale, like a Alice in Wonderland. And then there's some the director claims that this relates to him growing up when he was 7 during Hiroshima, the bombing in World War II, and he's saying in interviews, because I had to see an interview after this, and he's saying that this is supposed to be in some ways metaphorical to the innocence lost and the feeling the Japanese people of resentment was taking away their innocence, and that house was like devouring their childhoodness, and he's trying to rekindle that to a certain degree.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I don't know if I picked up on a lot of things from this movie, but because I was mostly just like enamored by the soundtrack, the like all the characters, the set design. Yeah, it's very you're absolutely right, very kitschy. I loved this like from start to finish. I don't know what you guys thought time, but
it's a movie that I watched.
Okay.
All right, good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
That's it.
That's our review of Hossa, 1977.
If you go to, or if you listen to any music, right, any album that has a various amount of instruments, vocals, this and that, whatever, when they're played and recorded, they're not recorded, or you record them on, you record them a certain way, and then when they're taken to the producer, there's a guy there and he mixes them, right? He puts everything in the right place. He puts stuff in the foreground, he brings stuff in the background, all that stuff, right? So things have certain levels and depth to them. Vocals sometimes go, forward. Sometimes they're recessed a little bit. Never in your life would you put every single instrument and every single voice on the same layer and just leave it there. Leave it there the entire time. Right, you would never do that. This movie,
mono recording,
not even mono, you wouldn't do that. They had the entire movie, the vocals, the background music, the sound effects, everything was all the same volume.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, it's mono. It was all mono.
So confused.
And this is a big studio. This is Toho Studio, which is the biggest movie studio in Japan's answer to Jaws, which was a movie was made for $9 million. It became the largest blockbuster at the time, the largest movie box office, right? And they're like, oh, we can do that. And then so they hired this Kobayashi guy who was like a commercial director to try to make a normie special effects movie. This was not made for like film students or like people who like underground shit. This was supposed to be made for like regular folks.
And you look at it now, and it's like a relic of a different time. Like you probably, I don't know if even physically you'd be able to make this movie today. I think this is like complete. Do you reckon you could make this movie today? Like if you could get the right cameras and.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty tough
to make it look that janky in the way it is looks now. I don't think so.
And then you have the beautiful mirror, like everything. The scenes are hand painted too, which is something that doesn't happen anymore. Which gives it a very unique style, which I really enjoy because you're never going to see that again because it doesn't make any sense to hand paint scenes with the way CGI and everything can be just easily right. So like that brings another aesthetic thing to it. But like
the matte backgrounds and stuff, right?
Yeah, just all the beautiful scenes, and like there's the scene when they come dancing out of the shop, right at near the beginning, right? Because it begins very idyllically. What a beautiful scene! It's like, and it reminds me of something out of like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Village, right? Like the way it's set up and it's built like they made this movie on a big sound. You could tell they used all the sound stages at Toho. And like that part's good.
What I wanted to say to Time is that when you were talking about like how all the audio is like in one channel, it I put headphones on, right?
Yeah.
And I started watching it headphones, but it was all coming in one channel and not the other one. Like I couldn't hear it in the other one. So I had to take them off and just do the TV audio.
It's not one channel. It would be that everything is like the same volume.
Yeah, it was. Channel, it was mono audio, but no, like in my version, whatever version I had, it was all coming through on the left in the left channel for me.
Yeah.
So I had to take the headphones off, put them down, and
that's
then
weird.
Just listen to it from the TV.
That's weird.
Yeah, really weird. But I think what, like, to your point about like the mono audio, because like that's how mono works. Like when you have stereo audio, it's like, obviously
one channel.
Mono audio, everything's flattened, so they put it in
like AM radio.
And I think the reason why they did that, because stereo had existed by this point, like they had stereo recordings by this point, but I got particularly from the music, and the music is composed by a band called, like a Japanese band called, what are they called? Godiego,
Mhm.
who are so obviously heavily inspired by the Beatles. And like a lot of this, I found that a lot of the visuals of this movie, particularly the scene that you're talking about when they're coming out of the shop, they're heading to the train station and like everyone's singing and stuff, that reminded me so much of the Magical Mystery Tour, and just
Yes.
And I feel like the reason I went for the mono audio is because this, like, I feel like the director was heavily inspired by the Beatles, and like a lot of those early Beatles albums were mono, like
in mono. They were
Sgt.
all in
Pepper's.
mono. Everything before, everything up until
I'm pretty sure,
I don't even know.
Every
one of their albums,
Road,
maybe.
I'm pretty sure Abbey Road is stereo.
That's probably
I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
The White Album, maybe.
Sgt. Pepper's. I think the White Album
Sgt.
was
Pepper's
stereo.
Definitely in mono.
Yeah, and like the Beach Boys as well, like Smiley and
then Phil Spector's Wall of Sound. All of the Motown albums are renowned. Like the best quality mono recordings are generally associated with the Beatles and Phil Spector, and they're warmer. It's warmer. It's got more bass. The bass is warmer. Like there's reasons why analog is preferred by some people, by others, but the way like modern audio is now, you wouldn't, because like you can do all of those things with multi-channels, and like you can recreate the analog benefits nowadays, right? But back then, I maybe you just didn't know enough about stereo recording, or I don't know what the story is. That's interesting. I wonder why they
don't know what mono and stereo is, and it's driving me crazy.
Go ahead, tell me. Go ahead.
The mono and stereo is the way that it's played back. It's not the way it's recorded. So what I'm talking about is the way it's mixed is all one plane, right? When you listen to something like if you take your iPhone, you with AirPods, right? My AirPods, I can make it to where they play mono, and that's basically putting all the audio onto one channel. So it's just right. It doesn't mean it's only in one ear. It just means it's one channel.
Moves around.
Right.
No, it's mono. Stereo is the one that moves back and forth. Yeah.
Stereo is two channels. Mono is one channel. That's what mono stands for. One.
Right.
Mono means one. Right. So like the recording and the playback is on one channel.
Correct. But the mixing's different. The mixing's different. Yeah.
But you're talking about the separation and the mastering.
Correct. Yeah. So the separation.
Right. The arrangement.
There's no separation of sound in this movie. It's all in one line.
Well, let me lend you. Well, one of the things an amplifier can do, like one of the reasons people use amplifiers is it separates things, even if they're mono.
Talking about
well it does separate for the ear. If you have a good amplifier,
sounds, it just makes it louder.
No, it doesn't just increase the volume. That's not amplification. Amplification separates.
Anyway, so there's another, but I don't think I noticed, like obviously I think this movie's very loud. There's a lot of sound going on, but I don't think I noticed that all of the like all the voices and the music was all
at the beginning. Everything was like the same. Yeah, it was
like a wall of sound.
I can't remember who was it was like they were having a conversation at the very beginning, and then the music was playing at the same time as the conversation, and it was like I was like I can hear them talking, but like the music's going on. Like the director knows, or the editor knows that, right? The music is being played at the same time.
Can I say something about the amplification though?
Yeah.
It says if the source is mono, the amplifier only receives one channel. A stereo amp will usually send the same signal to both left and right speakers. If the source is stereo, a stereo amplifier keeps the left and right channels separate and amplifies them independently.
Right. It amplifies the volume. Yes.
Well, volume is volume and amplification is amplification. That's why there's two different dials.
It's the same thing. Wait, hold on. There's no different vibe. What are you talking about?
You don't ever seen a amplifier knob and a volume knob?
No.
Oh, I do all the time, especially on analog equipment.
I'm not going to speak to this. I have no idea. But no, I don't think I noticed that. But maybe it didn't really matter because it
didn't change anything. It was just something I noticed. Yeah.
No. Like as an English speaker, we read the subtitles. Maybe it would have been more difficult for a Japanese, would have been more difficult for a Japanese audience. But so like the premise of this movie is essentially there's this group of girls. Let's go through the names. We've got Gorgeous is the main girl. Gorgeous is the main character. She has a friend called Fantasy, and then the rest of the group is Mac, Sweet, Prof,
Melody,
or Professor, Melody.
Kung
Is that all?
Fu.
That's
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. Yeah, Kung Fu. And there's one more?
Say
Or
Sweet
have I
already or
gotten
no?
all 7? No, I said Sweet.
Sweet, Mac, Prof, Kung Fu,
Melody.
Melody.
Gorgeous.
Did you say we said Gore, right? And then there's one more. Who's the 7th one?
God damn! Hold on.
No.
We're having a tough time
Oh,
today.
no.
We're having a tough time on stream
Sweet Mac
today.
Melody. What's the
Who are we missing?
right there?
Sweet.
There's only 6.
That's all of them.
Okay, hold on. There's
I
this
thought it
one's
was 7. They
gorgeous.
said 7.
Kung Fu, Fantasy.
Prof, Mac,
That's Prof
Melody.
right there. Pretty sure. Prof, Mac, Melody, Sweet. 7 right there.
That is 7. That is 7. We got
That's
7.
weird.
We
Okay.
named them all. We
That's
named
weird.
them all. We named them all. And they've all got their own personalities.
You
Like,
can't count.
yeah, my brain's broken. But like Kung Fu, what do you reckon her interest is? What do you reckon like her whole thing is?
Tennis.
She
She plays a lot of tennis.
You know what? I was wondering with the now I'm watching this movie. I'm not watching it any other way except for like HBO Max. So it's an official release. But like I don't know if you guys got the same thing, but I'm like, is the dialogue like 1-to-1? Is the translation right? Because a lot of this like, it seemed like it was like very like not amateurish, but like someone might have messed up some stuff. So when they kept going like, oh, there's fantasy and there's Mac and there's Kung Fu, I'm like, did they mess up the translations? Are they actually named that?
No, that's what they're named. I feel because you were saying,
sneezy, dog,
yeah,
happy.
exactly.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was
Dwarfs.
thinking,
Oh shit.
yeah,
It's a
I
Disney
was thinking
homage,
the
right?
7 Dwarves. Yeah. While I was watching it. So they're all planning to go to a training school. Gorgeous goes home to her dad, and her dad's like, "This is your new mom."
That was so weird.
And
That was so weird.
This is your new mom. Gorgeous flips out, and she's like, "I'm gonna go to my aunt's house." She like, because she's mad that her dad's remarrying, and she sends a letter to her aunt, and her aunt, and she's like, "Can I come stay with you for the summer so I don't have to live with my stupid stepmom?"
That was so crazy.
And then all of her friends who are going to go to the training camp, they can't go for some reason because Mr. Togo. What was the reason they couldn't go to the training camp?
The camp, whatever, that's owned by his sister. She's pregnant,
And his sideburns were infected,
Yeah.
and he couldn't entertain anyone until he get those treated.
She was
Yeah, we
pregnant,
got
so they couldn't use whatever ground this was, so they couldn't go essentially. And then she's like, Gorgeous, like,
She's like,
well, come to my aunt's, even though she didn't talk to her yet. She hasn't talked to like in 10 years.
I know, right?
yeah. She's like, "Come to my
Which is
aunt,"
crazy.
and her aunt
And then
is
they
like,
do the periscope. That's the first time they do the periscope thing too, where they have the group of people, and then they hyper focus on one person, like outside of it,
Gorgeous.
thinking. What an interesting! I don't know if I've ever seen that technique before.
Would you have done that?
Yeah, where they
Either one of you guys would you have invited your friends over to someone's house that you haven't talked to in
no.
ages, and then asked afterwards?
I wouldn't fucking no.
It's so funny. And then they're all like, "Yeah, let's go." And then we get that
For
and then it's like this
rock
cute
up.
musical sequence. And while they're on the train, they have like it's really
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Like she's describing her like family history. Her mother got
And they can
married,
see
and
it.
then
they can all see it.
yeah, and they can not just see it, but like while it's happening, they're like commenting on it. They're like, "Oh, your mom's so pretty," and like, "Oh my gosh!" Like while and it's like playing in real time during like while she's holding the photo. It's so bizarre, but it's beautiful as well. Like the reds, and there's like the black and white footage, and they have the like the red bleeding through and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they talk about the flashback, and the interesting thing about the flashback is the girls are watching it too, right? They're telling
that's
the
what we're
flash,
saying,
and
yeah.
they can see it. So like, there's this weird third and fourth wall that breaks constantly, and then they do
it's
have
bizarre.
if you watch that black and white flashback where they're talking about the husband or the groom or the person
Guy goes
what
to
the
war.
fuck is the fiance? The fiance goes to war and
The
dies. Right?
fiance.
There is a flash of the bomb at Hiroshima in that.
Oh,
there is a
Is
cloud.
it the same time when the
very
negative catches on fire, or no? Is that a different time?
I don't remember, but
okay.
it's like
No,
it's
yeah,
just
that's the
very
same time.
brief.
That's
It's
right
just
at
like
the
a
end.
little homage.
Yeah,
It's right at the end or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not when the bomb goes off. Like they have a shot of her mom, and then it catches on fire. But
And which they comment on too. They're like, "Oh, it's on fire," and I'm like,
oh,
"I've
it's
already
on
seen
fire.
these
So
things."
what? Yeah. But no, the actress that plays
and
Gorgeous
we've lost JC.
also plays her mom in the
And
flashback.
so this is a story about a house that
which I
eats
thought was interesting.
virgins.
Oh no, I'm lost.
Right?
Yeah.
What
I'm
happens
lost.
is
They've
this
lost me.
fiance is so bitter that the
I'm gone.
person she was going to marry dies in the war.
I'm gone.
The spirit is empowered by Blanche, who's this one right here, who is a magic cat
Blanche.
and empowers
Magic cat.
the fiancé to be a ghost witch monster and attempt to devour the souls of all virgins. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, unmarried, but I guess that means the same thing.
Well, I mean, that in Japan, that means
society at the
1977. I kind of feel like that's right.
Kind of the same thing, yeah. So they show up to the house. They meet this guy that sells these extremely spherical watermelons.
Yes,
oh my God.
love that guy.
I love that guy.
All the vendors are goated in this. All the vendors, the noodle guy, the watermelon guy, we love him.
The noodle guy with
the guy with the dog,
bear.
the dog who sells noodles, the hat.
The bear as well, the bear in the background.
Yeah, the bear's good too.
He points out where the house is, and it's like this map painting in the background. It's so beautiful. I love all of the stuff. So they show up to the house. The aunt is there. she's got gray hair. She's in a wheelchair. And she's like, "Yeah, come in." And then they go in, and then shenanigans ensue. It's.
Well, I like when they go in, they first meet the aunt. The best thing you should ask someone when they're in a wheelchair: what happened to your legs?
Yeah, what happened to your legs? You want to play basketball later or what?
What a crazy thing to ask. What happened to your legs?
Yeah.
I feel like we did skip over the part when they meet the daddy's new wife, right?
Oh, he mentioned that.
Is that what? Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay, so like that scene is crazy too. Like she comes in like on a skateboard, like she's not moving with the flowing whatever the thing is, and the silk scarf.
They push her like 2 feet at a time, and they keep having to push her.
She's like,
yeah.
And she's just there to fix sweaters. And like one of the things I appreciate about 1977 Japan is there was nothing to clean the floors with a broom or anything.
Oh, yeah.
You had to get on your fucking hands and knees.
Get in there, yeah.
And like who was the one that was so excited to clean the house?
Sweet.
That was crazy.
That's sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
She's like, don't worry, I love to clean. She's on their fucking hands and knees scrubbing the floor, smiling and laughing. And they're washing dishes, again, on your knees. Nothing is at fucking standing level back then. You had to get down.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
There's a part where she like enters the frame and she just like slides in like running. It's so good. It's amazing. There's so many moments where like hats will just like fall out of frame onto their heads. Like
yeah.
Like constantly, lots of wire work.
And Blanche is always disappearing and appearing, and like they
gotta watch that one.
Yeah, that is a great actor cat. I will say
this one. Yeah, great.
Yeah, this one.
Spoilers. At the end,
evil wizard.
When Blanche gets taken out the way she gets taken out, Gorgeous is holding Blanche like that, and then the cat just goes like this.
Yeah,
good.
She's a sorcerer.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So they show up, they enter the house, and they're all gonna go do the like. Obviously, like Mac is she's a lot. She likes food,
eating,
so she's gonna. Yeah, but they don't question the fact that
she's not even fat. I want to say something about Mac real quick. She's not fat. Let that bitch eat. She's hungry. She works hard. She's strong.
That's literally it.
But like, what are we talking about? Like maybe 2 pounds bigger than the heaviest girl. They're like, you better stop eating.
It's so funny because she's like,
you're fat.
You're like,
fuck
she's always eating, and she looks like maybe a little bit bigger than all the other ones. A little bit.
She looks exactly like the other ones.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, they're so bitchy.
But
they're so mean.
No, it's crazy. But no,
they're so mean to her.
But I think it's weird that they don't question anything. Like she's in a wheelchair, but like she can't cook food. So who's cooking for her? She can't walk. So how does she get up the stairs? Like no one's asking any questions. They just go in and they're like, it's like a fantasy. It's beautiful.
The world started that day for those girls. They have no perception of past or future. It's just like whatever's happening, they're thrilled to be involved too. Like I remember when they come into the house for the first time, the chandelier goes on, and they're like,
"Oh, they turn on for them." Yeah,
they freak out for the chandelier. They love everything.
And then the chandelier starts shattering, and the like, what's it called? The little glass shard like kills a lizard on the floor.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. And then another one falls down, and Kung Fu jumps up and kicks it out the way. And they're like, Kung Fu,
thank God
you're
for
the
her.
best. Yeah. And I love when the lizards on the floor and Blanche starts like eating it. And one of the girls is just like, oh, Blanche is eating a lizard, and it's like they're just so curious, like no, just no perception of like what's going on at all. It's
the only thing that bothered them. is Max eating. That's the only thing that bothers these girls is when Max had a snack. God forbid she wants to eat her watermelon.
She doesn't even get to eat a watermelon. She throws it in the well.
Right.
What do we think about?
Hold on. That was the thing too. She brings the watermelon, and then she's about to put it in the fridge, and then the aunt says, "No, don't. It doesn't work. You got to put it in the well." So she ties it on the thing and put. Were there dead bodies in the fridge?
I mean, the first, so they get picked off one by one. It's a classic kind of like haunted house horror movie.
Yeah.
The first, and sadly for Prague, the first one to eat it, no pun intended, is Mac.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad she got out early and she didn't have to hear that bullshit anymore from those mean girls that were jealous of Mac.
I know.
The whole time.
I know.
They're just jealous.
She goes out, she went out, and we don't see what happens to her, but Fantasy then goes out to look for her. She's like, Mac hasn't returned. Where is she? So Fantasy goes out, and she sees the beautiful sunset. She's like, this is beautiful. We see Blanche, like, in the foreground on the roof, like, crawling across the across the roof.
Yeah.
She's like, this is a beautiful sunset, and then she looks in the well. She's pulling it up. She's not looking at it. She's still looking at the sunset. And then she turns around. And what's come out of the well? It's
Mac. She's eating ass in the afterlife, and she's eating her ass the whole time, right?
Yeah,
what happens? She snacks on her rump.
Yeah, I love, like, for no reason at all. Fantasy, like, turns around, and she does...
Just bends over, as one does.
How was that? Was that a good? Was that a good?
She caught it in the tail feather.
You missed it.
Do it again.
Like this.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. She bites it, and then she turned her head and like rested her head on her butt.
Rested her head. It's just like, why is she? Why? Like, why? It's amazing.
Does. She's a chomper.
She's hungry.
This is back.
And you know what?
It's a little blue outline because she's obviously been blue screened. But
the way her severed head looked was actually really good. I actually really liked the way it looked.
I loved it.
Yeah,
it was better than Golden Banana.
Yeah,
spoopy.
Yeah, but I think the jankiness adds to the charm. Like I think it really. I love all the jankiness, like the piano. We haven't even gotten to what happens to melody.
Piano's crazy.
Yeah, so then Fantasy runs in, and her name's Fantasy, so obviously they don't believe anything she says.
Right,
but, like,
that's fair, right?
She's like, Mac ate my ass! Like, she doesn't say that, but obviously...
Mac ate my ass, that's what she said.
Mac my ass.
Yeah.
That's what she said, yeah.
Came screaming, Mac ate my ass, and yeah.
Mac ate my ass.
That's good.
But, yeah. But no, she runs in, she's like, I saw Mac, she's dead. And they're all like, no, you're just crazy. She's gone off to, what did she say? She's gone off to a potato field.
Yeah.
Right, she must be, that fat bitch must be at the potato field eating raw potatoes. Right? They're so mean.
Pick them out of the ground, eating them.
We know how she loves roasted potatoes. Yeah, that's just obvious, but I love it.
They want proof, so she goes up there to show them, and she just pulls the rope at the end of the well, and it's just watermelon.
It's just the watermelon, so they all get back to work.
Watermelon
I'm trying to remember
That's a good pull. That's a good pull.
Yeah. That's a banger.
I want to know.
That's a song of the summer still for me.
I'm trying to remember what the sequencing is here, because is it then that Sweet gets to she gets to cleaning the house and she goes into that room and she starts getting attacked by mattresses? Is that the next?
Yes.
Is that the next sequence?
Oh, there's the wood pile too. There's the kung fu wood pile.
Yeah,
right?
I think
is that after?
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah.
when Kung Fu has to fight a wood pile, and she can't hit the wood, so she has to move out of the way.
Yeah, and then the Kung Fu, she chops a piece of wood. All of a sudden, the wood comes to life, and the one's on fire.
But she can't block the wood because it's too. I thought she was dodging the wood.
She was dodging a lot of them, but I think she hit a couple.
And the wood conveniently knocks her pants off, so she's in underwear for the rest of the movie.
Yes, for the rest of the movie.
For the rest of the movie,
she's in her panties.
Fantastic,
which is
incredible.
Well, not fantastic. She's
on brand.
Fantastic. Nobuhiko,
I have no questions for you at all.
And what a pair of floppy granny panties they were, right? Like, were these circus clown panties?
She looked good in them.
Underage.
I'm not going to comment on a child.
I don't
think any. I don't.
She was 17. She was 17.
These are high school children.
Yes. Actress 17.
JC, you're going to have to.
Okay, never mind. I have
Jesus
to.
Christ.
No, it was just silly. None of it was titillate. I think they were trying to titillate people in the bath scene, though, right? Because the version I had it pixelated. Was it pixelated for you, or did they have nudity?
No, it's weird. There was nudity.
Mine was pixelated.
Mine wasn't pixelated.
When she's in the bath and she stands up out of and she turns around, did they show her? Did they show her boobs?
Yeah.
In mine they did.
No, they didn't in mine. Did they? They did?
Yeah, they did in mine. Yeah, they did.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Did?
Yeah, they did.
Well,
and it's like
so I was just wondering if it was like that in the original, or if I just watched it on YouTube.
Kung Fu was the only one that was 17. Everyone else was like over 18.
Okay, but then showing an underage girl's naked breast is kind of like crazy for Japan, right? Like if you think about like the way they do animation and stuff, like they don't really show like nudity like that, right? Especially that must have been
kind of shocking,
something that got people upset. I must have been very upset. Because they're not playing them as college girls; they're playing them as high school kids. And this scene is very much set up like a bath scene. It's not set up to like move the plot forward. It's just like an excuse to show.
It's a little bit exploitative.
So I don't know.
But it isn't set up. She kind of just turns around and then turns back, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then how would you rate the boobs between 1 and 10?
Jesus Christ!
No, I'm joking. That's an example of why you don't do it. I'm just joking. That's why you don't do it.
I was joking, but I will say there was that.
Right, that's a funny joke.
Yeah.
But you said it only happens to one, but there's also Melody after she's eaten by the piano and she's dismembered for when they show nudity.
There's 3. There's Melody. Gorgeous at the end, and then there's someone else I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Kung Fu.
Prof.
No, it's Prof. Yeah, sorry.
Prof, yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
When she's in the water and she's the whole underwater scene for some reason. I was like,
right?
Yeah. Let me look up their ages. Oh God. Okay.
Okay, good. But no, what was I going to say? But when Melody, she's been dismembered by the piano, and you just see her torso rotating in the air.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
What's crazy is she got eaten, right? And then they show her again in segments of her body, and she's clearly not having clothes on anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Why? Yeah. But and they set that up beforehand, when she's playing the piano, and the piano lights up, and there's it's all different colors and stuff. There's a lot of innovative stuff in this. What we had gotten to was the mattress, when she was attacked by the mattress. Attacked by the mattresses, and they used a glass floor, so you could you could see from underneath.
Oh, is that how they did that?
I don't know if you. Yeah, it was a glass floor, so you could see her getting attacked from underneath. I think they did that. I don't know if you guys have seen Challenges, the tennis movie. Yeah, they do that in Challenges, when they're playing tennis. They had them on a glass floor, so you could see the. Yeah,
that's cool.
You could see
the ball bouncing on thing.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, you could see the tennis game underneath. Yeah, but they did that all the way back.
How strong does that glass have to be?
I know, right? I know. That would have had to be thick, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
getting
thrashed by those mattresses. Yeah. Challenges, if you haven't seen it, probably in my top 20 favorite movies.
Is it on any streaming platforms right now, or is it still pay-per-view or whatever?
I'd have to check for America, but I'll look it up.
I've just been waiting for it to be on HBO Max or something.
I thought it was. I'll check it out.
All right, so
it's on Hulu. If you have Hulu.
Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon.
It's on Disney Plus.
But no, on Disney Plus. Yeah,
it's $4.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's
doesn't it have menage a trois and everything? Imagine if
it's because it's Hulu. That's why. Same thing. It's $4 on Apple TV.
Well, it's okay. So, what haven't we said about this movie yet?
Well, I wanted to say, kind of the influence that this movie has had, because I'm pretty sure this movie is on Edgar Wright's 1,000 favorite movies of all time list.
Oh, wow.
You can clearly see a lot of influence this movie had. It came out which I thought was surprising, completely unrelated. It came out the same year as Suspiria, which also has a lot of the dazzling, colorful horror movie elements. A lot of those giallo films. But no, I think this movie, there's a lot, I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking of Kung Fu Hustle. I just feel there's a lot of visual influence that this movie might have had. I can't speak to like the directors that came out after this, whether they've seen House or not. But I just think this movie, it came out in a time where like this technology of using not blue screen, but like the matte masks and using masking and stuff like that was becoming popular. Like obviously Star Wars used it a lot to, have the TIE fighters and all the models like make sense, and 2001 Space Odyssey. But this movie obviously I think pushed it to the limit. Like I'm not sure, I'm just trying to think, like I can't remember any movies that came out before this that was like this gonzo with it and its use of it. And there's other stuff like Poltergeist. Like a lot of the stuff at the end, I was reminded of Poltergeist as well. Like and kind of how crazy that movie gets in its conclusion. I don't know
finale.
if the finale. Yeah, but this movie's like that for nearly the whole runtime. Yeah. But what do we think of like the way this film wrapped up? And this movie's kind of nasty a little bit, because basically this whole thing is what's her name, Gorgeous, kind of empowering herself to get rid of her stepmom. Like that's how the movie ends. Essentially,
it was crazy.
Like, yeah, it's very mean spirited, right? I love it. I kind of love it. Like I kind of like I was watching this movie and because of.
Where's the sequel?
Yeah.
House 2.
Well, if someone made a sequel to this movie, like in the modern day, I would want them to try as best as they can to
get close as they can to this.
That would be awesome, right?
And do all the techniques that they did in this movie, just with
it must have taken a million years to do these techniques too.
Oh,
well, like they had to do everything by hand, and it must have taken forever to make this movie. Like all the little fingers and
the good thing about this movie too is for making a sequel is like you can do it anytime because it's just you just cast a different actress and it's like she's been waiting there for a new group of young women to come through, and she just de-ages herself, whatever, like through killing them. Like it's just it doesn't need to be remade again and then make a sequel. You can just do the sequel straight through it. Like it's perfectly set up for it. It's just fine.
Yeah. Just have a new group of girls that show up, blah 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 blah. Except but I think if you
all boys,
yes,
all
7 boys this time, and they punish them.
That's fire
for being men.
I'm going to start thinking the names. I want to start thinking about the characters.
There's Lardo.
And
he's going to be really fat this time. I promise you, he's going to be a real fatty this time.
Instead of professor, it's nerd.
We got Crypto.
Fucking dork. Fucking attention deficit disorder is here.
We got
everybody.
The kung fu person is going to be Sigma. We'll name him Sigma.
He's the software engineer.
This would be.
Yeah. I think if you were like, I don't think this movie needs a sequel, but if you were to make one in the modern day, like I think you update the cameras and stuff, but you use all the old techniques, like all of the
and then Blanche has got to be back too.
Oh yeah,
and push him even further. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I also found interesting, like reading about this movie, is all of the actors were like, except for like the main two, I think Kung Fu and Gorgeous, or if it was Gorgeous, or maybe it was Gorgeous and the aunt. Two of them were previously actors. The rest complete amateurs, like they'd never been in a movie before. And I guess you could tell, kind of like, but they I guess they didn't need to do like too hard a job. Like they're just happy and cheerful, and as you were saying, Prag, like they obviously, what am I trying to say? They obviously have their innocence taken away, and that's kind of like what the film's about. It's like punishing them for being happy.
It's about being bitter. It's a movie like the evil in this movie is resentment. And it's making you lose your whimsy. It's making you see the world as bright and beautiful as it could be. And to me, that's from what I've seen in the interview. I mean, I watched a little cute interview afterwards, and that's what he's essentially trying to say. And when you have that context, it does open up the movie a little bit more, and I can understand it a little better.
But like what you say, Prag, that makes sense. But then they mask it in the movie with love is eternal. It survives everything, so it's evil.
Right. It's so
like
funny.
the last sentence in the movie. I'm like, what are they saying? Like it's got saying four. Like again, you're saying the translation might not be great. But I feel like Criterion would have tried to do the best job they could. And so like maybe,
I mean,
Maybe he's just not an articulate
it
writer
deserves a
and he's visually
Criterion release, though.
articulate.
I'm glad it did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you know, at the start of this review time, you were saying, like, it's a movie I definitely watched. But, like, I was watching it, and unlike when we watched Evil Dead, which I found so self-serious, I was watching this movie, and it's so silly that, like, I didn't mind any, like, confusion or issues that I had. I kind of just
characters are better. The characters you cared about more because they had good personalities.
Yeah. I just gave this movie a pass because it is so silly and it is so wonderful and it's
a joy.
Extreme.
I think what a movie is, when a movie knows what it is, you know, and the director and everyone's buying the same thing and they're all moving towards the same direction and no one's pulling into it. I think you can see that, you can feel that, and that's what this movie was. Everyone bought into the same idea. Everyone is moving the same direction, and you know it's a movie. It worked, you know.
And as you
everyone
said,
was smoking
it's
the same
honest.
shit.
It's honest.
This movie was someone making a movie that they wanted to make, that they had a vision for, that they believed in, and this was what they wanted to do. No one meddled into it, as far as we know. This was an artful, honest project.
It was a full expression of the director, which is what you want, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't believe that they came to him and said, "We want you to make Jaws," and this is what he came up with. Like, isn't that amazing?
They wanted a blockbuster level movie.
Yeah,
They didn't want they wanted that level of, we give you $9 million and then you make fucking $85 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
are there numbers?
And they're also making for a different audience though too. I have no idea. I think it was a hit in Japan, but like the critics in Japan were mad that the rest of the world would think that they were backward and crazy because they were afraid that you couldn't bring it to New York and like show in 77. But the Japanese audience got it because I feel like a lot of like the things they were doing were things that television in the 70s in Japan kind of was doing. So it wasn't as foreign to maybe the audience.
So it was a massive, like Prag said, it was a massive box office hit in Japan. And it says the revenues are undocumented, it says on there here at least. The film's modern theatrical and home media re-releases in North America have grossed approximately $227,000.
I believe that.
But in Japan, it made $985 million, so roughly 9.5. Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, like 3.5.
Wow. How much did it cost to make?
Million yen. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up.
Okay.
But I can imagine this movie would have been expensive, right?
And it had a big marketing campaign too. Everyone was like, "Oh, we got to see it." It was like a big fucking push to put. It was a national event to try to get on the map with cinema for Japan at the time, right? And so that, you know, if there's a big movie, like think of Avatar, people are going to go to it not just because they want to be part of the experience of the whole collective seeing the same thing, you know, which is something that happened in the late 70s.
Like Brave AI is telling me 210,000 was the budget. $210,000 was the budget, so it made well over its budget. But if that's the case, but I don't know if that's correct.
It's hard to know because like the studio is like, I don't know if they're paying for things. Like I don't know how they funded movies back then. It's kind of like different systems.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
did this guy make another movie? Did this guy get like, this is a great movie, let's make more and more and more? But he never tried to like revisit this type of movie.
Not this
Did he
style.
try to like?
I'm not sure.
So this was like interesting
for him, yeah. But he has made a lot of movies that have really, really high reviews. Like he made a movie called Labyrinth of Cinema. That's meant to be very good. I'm just looking at the background.
We should have named
it looks gorgeous.
The name of the show should have been Labyrinth of Cinema. We should have called this Labyrinth of Cinema. Fuck.
I'm not answering.
Next time.
I'm looking on
you.
On Reddit, and someone had they're talking about the movie, and someone had an interesting take. I wonder if you guys agree. So someone watched this movie, and they're looking for other movies to watch in the same vein. And then this person says, "The Evil Dead is pretty much the American version of of a house in many ways, not directly inspired, but stylistically similar." So you probably enjoyed that.
I would have said Evil Dead 2, not Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2, I can see. Like,
I would
Evil
say
Dead
like Suspiria.
Suspiria, yeah. Which came out the same year. Isn't that crazy?
There's a lot of Italian coven movies. Like there's these coven movies, which is usually about a group of girls that are at a boarding school and they're all witches, right? And like there's a lot of movies like that too. And it's always a group of young women who have like this. There's always this thing in Poltergeist, like girls who are just coming into womanhood attract spirits. Like that's always been the whole poltergeist. That's the theory of a German poltergeist. The poltergeist comes to the energy from transitioning from childhood to
Isn't that
womanhood.
kind of what Pulse was like? The movie, the horror movie we watched, Pulse, the Japanese horror movie. But it's interesting that you mentioned Suspiria because there's a sequence when they're running down the stairs to call the police, like to the phone. And it's like low frame rate, but like high motion blur. Like so high. I think high shutter speed or low.
There's
shutter
a dolly
speed.
zoom in this too, in the well.
There's an incredible. The well dollies are incredible, but
which is in Jaws, which is another similar thing in Jaws, and they say that he kind of was like homage to that.
Yeah, but what I was saying is like that whole sequence where it's like low frame rate but high low shutter speed as well, so there's a lot of motion blur. They use that exact effect in the Suspiria remake, the 2018 one at the end when there's like all the witches. I don't want to spoil the ending of Suspiria, but they use that exact same effect in that movie right at the end, and that's how the movie ends. And I'm wondering, did they take that from this same year as Suspiria? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Could definitely be.
Luca, answer me. Luca Guadagnino, answer me.
Answer, please.
Let me know.
Answer.
Send me an email. I love challenges. Please make another tennis movie. I'd watch it. I'd watch 100 tennis movies by that director. But no. This was great. Do you want to do final thoughts?
Sure.
Final thoughts.
You want me to begin?
If time wants you to.
Real quick, did you see the tennis mockumentary 7 Days in Hell?
No.
Go watch that. It's very funny.
Oh, I need to. Who's in that?
It's Andy Samberg and the guy that plays Jon Snow.
Yes, I've seen that. It's funny. I've seen that.
So, it's so fucking funny. You gotta watch that.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that movie. That's
I forgot
really
until you
funny.
brought it up right now. I remember I watched it when it first came out, and I was just, it's insane. It's an insane thing.
I don't know what tennis movies are there. Not a lot of tennis movies. But yeah, go Prag.
Yeah, go Prag.
Right. So this movie is a movie I can strongly recommend, especially for a group of people. If you want, like, you can like watch this movie on different ways. Like, if you're a film student, you can watch it to study the film techniques and how they did things with practical effects and how they accomplished their goals with a limited budget. And like, I enjoy, like, look at these clouds, like the paintings and the backlighting, and this is all soundstage, right? Like the Toho sets and studios might be some of the best like, if you were going to make this movie, it would be great to go back to 77 and film it on this soundstage again, right? Like, it's amazing. That was my favorite part of the movie, was the soundstage, personally. And I thought, one of the things we complained about in Evil Dead is we didn't care about the characters enough. And like, at first you're laughing about the roll call of the girls in the beginning, and then they do the roll call again in the woods. But then I'm like, I'm rooting for Chunk and Kung Fu, and like, I fuck with them. And like, I'm sorry, it's your Mac.
You're doing what they were doing.
Mac, we hear you, Mac. We hear you. We love you.
It, Mac. I'm sorry.
We love you, Mac.
You can have as much watermelon as you want, baby. It's okay. So listen, no, I love that. I love that cuteness, the fairy tale quality. It's like an uneasy psychedelia. It's like a bad trip to a certain degree, but also it never really gets bad. It's almost like a whimsical. It's not really scary. It's like, even with the violence and all the things, it's still kooky because the skeletons are kooky, and so I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I give it like a 91, and like, more people need to see it.
I agree. Yeah, go Tom.
I didn't like this movie.
Oh, come on.
I loved it. This movie is crazy. This movie, my best example, if I had to explain to someone, is if you gave Studio Ghibli money and you said, make a live action movie, but make it horror, this is what that movie is. I think it was. I didn't know what I was expecting. Watched it. I'm gonna be honest. The first little bit was kind of janky because I think I was still trying to figure out what this movie was, even though I kind of knew the plot here and there. But I had a blast watching this movie. I really, again, Prag brought it up. We're gonna give him props again for that. What you wanted to care about, you want to care about characters in movies, especially like in horror movies and whatever. You just want to connect with these characters. I loved all these girls. They were all great in their own right. Kung Fu was awesome, though. That's the key. She was killing everybody. It was awesome. But all these characters were really good. I really cared about them. I didn't like to see any of them go. The animation, the style of the movie, the special effects, everything they were doing. There was stuff they were doing that I was like, okay, that's not really a thing we do now, or it would look a lot better. But it looks so good because of how it was done, and it's like handcrafted, hand painted. People care about this. It's not AI bullshit. It's like, it's done right. Like there's a scene where Gorgeous, I believe it's Gorgeous, where she's like looking in, I think the mirror when she's like dressing or putting like makeup on, stuff like that, and her face like gets like cut out, like it falls apart like mirror style, and it's all red underneath, and it looks so good when they were talking to the ghost of Gorgeous, and it's like a giant head on the side, and then it was just her eyes and it was just her lips, like that all looked janky, but like in the best way possible. I think this is definitely a movie that people need to watch, even if you're not going to get it, because I can definitely see people watching this movie and not getting it and not being like, I don't really understand it, or I don't really, vibe with it or whatever. I get that. But this movie, for what it was doing and what it accomplished, again, we talk about honesty in movies, and being authentic, and, as far as having your vision and being seen from the beginning to the end, I think this movie succeeded in so many ways. I think it was a fantastic movie to watch. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed all the performances, the jankiness of it, the campiness, whatever you want to say. I liked it a lot. I'm going to give it a 88.
Okay. Yeah, I completely agree. I was gonna
almost got you.
Yeah. I was like, but no, this is the good ending. This is the good inversion of that, because at least while we were discussing it did seem like you liked it. But no, I agree. I'm fully 100% all on board with this movie. I think it's just like a visual masterpiece. I think it's like got so much. I don't know if I want to know like how many like film directors have actually seen House and like know of it and have like taken inspiration from it, because I do see a lot of influence like later on, like Takashi Miike as well, that like the Japanese director Takashi Miike as well. I think Hideaki Anno with some of his live action movies takes a lot of inspiration from this. And I loved it. I loved it from start to finish. Like there was not a moment where I was like, why am I watching this? Or I was bored. I wasn't looking at my watch at any point. Like the whole time I was just invested in this bizarre, kooky fairy tale of a horror movie. And I just, I have no like other words. Oh yeah, the other movie that it reminded me of, and I keep forgetting movies like that it reminded me of, but like the Rocky Horror Picture Show as well. Like I see a lot of influence there too. But no, I just think this is a fantastic visual masterpiece.
Cult classic.
I hope more people see it.
Cult classic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I hope more people see it. I loved it. A 95 out of 100. Yeah, I'm
annoyed that I didn't know about this movie.
Yeah.
Like I should know about this movie at this stage of my, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for movies like this, and like, should we be subscribed to the Criterion Collection? Because like, there's a lot of shit in here.
They got some
You know what I'm
good stuff
saying?
on there. They got some good stuff
They have
on
some
there.
fantastic stuff.
They did just add a K-pop Demon Hunters on, which I think is kind of ridiculous.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Well, they do it
it's
because
the
they won
first
an
Netflix
Oscar.
one.
Because they won an Oscar.
Yeah, I guess. I just didn't.
It's really historical.
Everyone else did.
It's kind of like a historical society. Like they're thinking about 25 years from now too, right? And like it's smart.
It was
like
the
Janus
zeitgeist.
distributes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know the album in the Heart of the Mountain King, or in the
Hall of the Mountain Grill?
in the Hall of the Mountain King?
The Wagner?
By,
the Wagner
no,
opera?
King Crimson.
Oh,
King
in the
Crimson.
Court of the Crimson King.
In the
Court of the Crimson King. I know Peter Sinfield. My friend Peter Sinfield died 2 years ago. He wrote that album, and he produced Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and he discovered
You knew it?
La Orme. Yeah, he was a friend of mine, and we used to correspond in writing for a long time.
No way.
Yeah, he still has a
Do you
website
have-
called Song Supan Si that you can visit with all of his he's an amazing poet. He wrote all the lyrics for the first two King Crimson albums, and then he started the label
And you were
called
friends with
Manticore
him.
that ended up signing Emerson. Well,
Were
I
they-
mean,
were they-
we would write to each other. I wrote for the King Crimson website, fan site, when there was like in the early 2000s, and I did a lot of interviews with people, and I did an interview with him, and then we were both writers, and so we got along well. We would write back to each other all the time.
Do you have do you have the
Emails and stuff.
Yeah, do you like the
The
do you have
interview is
letters?
still around somewhere. Yeah, I have that
these are
stuff,
emails.
but you know,
That's awesome, dude.
it's just like
That's so cool.
I'm like trying to learn. He was a mentor. I really consider him a very important mentor. But yeah, I do know that I've always been a huge King Crimson historian, really, because it spans so many decades of
the only reason
content.
I bring
Please
it
tell
up
me
is
what
because
Yeah.
the only reason why I bring it up is because the poster for this movie reminds me of that album cover, the In the Court of the Crimson King,
Right.
like, with the
Yeah.
red face and that. Yeah, but that's the only reason I brought it up. But that's crazy that you knew the guy that wrote the album. That's awesome.
He wrote a lot of amazing things in the 70s. He was very prolific, and and then but you have to understand, by the time I got to know him in the 2000s, nobody knew who he was. Nobody, that doesn't carry forever. He wrote songs for Cher. He wrote hit songs for, at that point, he was just writing for all kinds of people that were making out like studio wizard. And then, so he was prolific, still writing, but nobody knew who he was, right?
What was his name?
And a fascinating character, Peter Sinfield, Sinfield, and he's Sinfield is how you pronounce it. And it's songsuponc.net.
That's amazing.
And he's one of the most important figures in rock music, right? Because Jimi Hendrix loved that album. Jimi Hendrix thought Robert Fripp was the best guitar player in the world when he saw him. So you have to go back. King Crimson played Hyde Park in front of the Rolling Stones. Their first show, I think, it was 100,000 people. They opened for the Rolling Stones at this huge event in London, and so they immediately had this big. And then they made the first really progressive concept album. I mean, of course, Sgt. Pepper's is considered the first progressive concept album, but In the Court of the Crimson King and Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn, in my view, are the first psychedelic masterpieces.
I mean, like 21st Century Schizoid Man is one of my favorite songs of all time, and
that
the fact that
Kanye Power is a sample. And Kanye wrote to Robert Fripp to get permission for that, and Robert Fripp journals all this stuff, and he has the letters from Kanye. If you can find that on Discipline Global Mobile, which is his website.
That's amazing. And if you go to Rate Your Music, which is like an aggregate site for music, and you look up what is the highest rated song of all time, it's Starless. Starless is at the top, and by a good margin. My
favorite song, the opening of Mandy features Starless. You know that movie Mandy?
I haven't watched it. I need to watch Panis.
Oh, you got to see it, because they do such a beautiful job with Starless as the musical opening, where he's doing the lumberjacking and he does a helicopter thing. One of the best things in cinema I've ever seen. Yeah, Starless is a magnificent masterpiece of a song, and it does everything. It has pop hook, and it also has this long experimental section in the middle, and then this great guitar jam, Freak Out. Robert Fripp is one of the go-to guitar players of all time.
That's so cool. That's so cool that you knew him and we're in contact with Peter Sinfield. That's amazing.
You're literally the only one I've ever talked to that he really thought that was cool. That is so cool. I know you get to know people over the years and you talk to them, and I learned a lot from him.
Anthony Fantano would be jealous of you. He's a big fan of that album.
No, he's not.
And King Crimson. Yes, he is. He's an enormous fan of King Crimson.
No, we would be jealous of me, though.
He would. He'd so be jealous of you that you got to.
Well, I would be happy to talk to anyone who wants to talk about Peter Sinfield to keep his legacy alive, because I would love to. Anybody who's interested in hearing about, just look at his look at the things he's accomplished on his all music page. It's a crazy. I'm on
Wikipedia right now.
Amount. And just read his lyrics. In the Wake of Poseidon is the follow up to In the Court of the Crimson King, and it's essentially recorded at the same time. And just the lyrics are fucking nuts. They're just really beautiful. He's just an amazing poet.
I'm sad.
This is the thing, JC. His schizophrenia is what caused him to have to leave King Crimson. He's schizophrenic. 21st Century Schizoid Man is about him. Okay. So he kept accomplishing goals, and then he helped Emerson, Lake and Palmer come to the market, and then they kept the corporations and the money guys kept shooing him away, but he would always land on his feet because his talent was so immense.
Yeah, I mean, and it shows. What a man.
Yeah, he's a beautiful guy, dude. He was a good guy.
I don't know if there's any point in me asking, but because it's only been a day, but you watching anything new? I do have to go soon, but
I watched the Champions League. We watched the Champions League today. PSG.
Go on.
Yeah, it went to penalty shootouts, and Arsenal missed 2 penalty kicks, and it's so sad for. Gabriel kicked the ball over the fucking goal, and I feel bad for. Penalty kicks doesn't seem like a fair way to end these things, but you have to do it at some point, right? You have to figure it out.
They won the Premier League, so they don't need more. They don't need more than that. They're good.
Yeah, I totally
Keep
agree.
them humble. Yeah, time. Anything new?
Saw Backrooms today. That's what I did.
Oh yes, you said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's say it's a solid movie. I have
It's
problems with it, but it is a solid movie.
Does it feel like a first time movie directed by a 20-year-old? Sorry, 20-year-old.
No. It feels
really
like I didn't even though I knew that, I wasn't going beginner's mistake. He didn't frame that right.
Dave,
Like it is, yeah.
right.
Ooh, this sucks. It felt like a very well put together movie. The problems I have with the movie are I think more of a personal issue and a little bit of pacing. But that's going to be it though. It's a solid movie though.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching it. I still need to see Obsession.
Obsession's still my favorite movie though.
I need to see it. So the only other thing that I actually forgot to mention yesterday is that I've been playing Professor Layton and the Spectre's Call. This is the 4th Professor Layton film. It came out on DS, so I'm emulating it on the computer. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. It's a good mystery, some puzzles, good puzzles. I love Professor Layton. He's just such a king. I think he really he embodies like a really positive like masculinity that I appreciate that a lot of media doesn't do. And yeah, I love solving puzzles, and some of them are annoying, some of them are stupid, some of them are really good. And the story so far has been excellent. So I'm looking forward to more of that. Did
you play all the Ace Attorney games?
I've played the trilogy. I haven't played the second. I played the original trilogy. I haven't played the second ones. They cross over eventually, don't they?
Yeah, you're right. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, I love the Ace Attorney games. So this is the second trilogy. This is the prequel trilogy of Layton games, but I played the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm playing it is because there's a new one coming out later this year called The New World of Steam. So I'm really excited for it. That's coming out on Switch and on Windows, and
nice.
I think on PlayStation 2 for the first time, which is awesome.
PlayStation also.
Yeah, PlayStation also. Yeah.
Wait, what?
PlayStation 2. Yeah, they're releasing that.
They're going back.
They're going back.
Welcome to the PlayStation 2 store is open now.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if they did that?
There's been games that have released recently on like the Dreamcast, which is like crazy that they're still getting releases.
And still doing that. I love that. But yeah, what are we watching next?
Oh, that's right. Prague's pick, right? Is it Prague's pick?
Yeah.
We
are
watching.
Let them know.
We are watching House. But it's George Wentz's house. It's William Katz's house. It's House 1986. Yeah, really.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is another cult classic named House.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know about this?
1986. What's it? I've got 1980. The House 1984 or House on Fire.
It features William Katz and George Wendt. Look up George Wendt House.
Hold on.
George Wendt from Cheers. This is a real movie and it's on Amazon Prime.
Now, do you think I have to watch House 2 to understand House 1?
So lost. 1985, you mean? I've got 1985.
85.
There's only one house with George Wendt and William Katz.
85, yeah.
Okay, 1985. Oh, directed by Steve Miner. He directed the second and third Friday the 13th. So I'm excited.
That's right. Yeah, Stephen Miner. And that was an interesting tidbit too. Okay. Yeah, and so like I thought it would be funny because like when you were talking about House, that's what I initially thought you were talking about because that's the only House movie I knew about that was considered a kind of a cult classic. Now this movie has a sequel that is widely disregarded as being total horseshit. But this one is the sequel. Okay, well anyway, we're not going to review that one. This one is renowned for its puppets and its practical effects, and it's another. I love that when we watch these movies, the older movies, because like. You know, everyone forgets about these 80s and 70s movies.
Surely after that, we do House MD. Like, we just...
the entire series.
And we're going to do Housemate. We're going to do Housemate on Friday and House the next day. I'm only going to pick movies with House.
How have we stumbled into a theme somehow?
Surprisingly, that's crazy. There's a lot of House movies. I looked them up. There's a lot of House
and I'm going to pick through the whole list. If the House is not in the title, I am not watching it.
I could pick Monster House. I want to
watch Monster Trucks, too. Monster Trucks sounds very interesting to me.
Jane Levy? So it'd be another connection.
I'm a Levy head now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're Levy heads here.
True.
All right. Well, this has been fun. And also, what's our Brave the Cinema next week? It was the Housemaid. Yes, right.
Housemaid.
I'm so excited for this House Mania.
And tonight, 10 p.m. on Lance from Saints, Golden Banana. What is it, 19? Are we on the 20th episode
no
yet?
idea. Honestly, I don't know.
It might be 19 or 20.
I think it might be 20.
And Grouchy
Maybe.
the Clown 3 is out. Pragpro Forever. And like, I'm the only one making film now here. And I'm celebrating that every day.
Speaking of bananas, did we like that Mr. Togo got turned into a banana like man?
Oh, yeah.
Yes! Mr. Togo was
What good was that?
Why is Mr. Togo hanging out with little girls from high school? Like, why is Mr. Togo like driving up such a fucking creep?
With the I mean, he's got the sideburns. It's very dark BMX.
Yeah, you don't grow sideburns like that unless you want to like bother high school children, I guess.
Wait a minute.
Dark. Yeah, where's my guys?
Oh my god! Dark,
wait a minute. I think I know this guy. Let me see. Is he in this lineup? Yeah, he's right behind me. He's this guy right here.
Dark, no, what?
No.
That's if Dark and me had a baby.
Mr. Togo.
If Dark and me had a baby, it would look like this guy.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
This has been fun, guys. I love you. I love you all.
Oh, I love you too, JC.
Thank you.
That's so sweet. I love a sweet kiss on
Thank you for picking a good movie.
a Saturday afternoon.
Stop! You're not a model. Look at you. Look at you. God damn it!
So
Look at you
fucking
go.
sexual,
Yeah.
and sexy.
Pop collar summer. Look at it. Pop collar summer.
That's such
He's
a
got the
handsome man.
AirPods
It's
in.
crazy.
He's got the
Goodbye,
AirPods
buddy.
in too.
Yeah, see, that's how you know it's real.